I will never forget sunscreen again, by the way.
That is a ton of sunscreen. But when you're albino, you have virtually no melanin and a higher risk of skin cancer. So you gotta do what works.
This is what sunscreen looks like using an ultraviolet camera. But why does it look like this? And how does it even work anyway? Sunscreen is designed to protect us from the UV radiation that makes it through Earth's atmosphere. From lowest energy to highest, there are 3 different kinds: UVA, UVB, and UVC. UVC can be so damaging that it's used to sterilize hospitals, but thankfully the ozone layer blocks it out, so we don't have to worry about it that much. 95% of the UV light that does reach us is UVA, and the other 5% is UVB. It's UVB that primarily causes sunburn, but both can cause DNA damage by creating mutations that are really hard to repair and can break down tissue, causing wrinkles and sun-related aging. That's why wearing sunscreen is so important. It helps protect us from this invisible but harmful part of sunlight. Now, sunscreen comes in 2 main types: chemical and mineral. Chemical sunscreens include ingredients like these. See those alternating single and double bond structures? They are great at absorbing photons with ultraviolet energy levels, and then they convert them into tiny amounts of heat, which is why on our UV camera, they appear dark. It's sort of like a supercharged version of melanin. Melanin is a pigment that's naturally formed in the skin and forms a shield to absorb UV light and protect the nucleus and the DNA inside our cells. Melanin itself has a sun protection factor, or SPF, between 2 and 4. The body produces more melanin as a response to UV-related DNA damage. So every time you tan, it's actually a sign of harm to your skin. Then there are mineral sunscreens, which look a little different. Although they primarily absorb UV light like chemical sunscreen, they also reflect some of it, which is why what you see looks lighter. Many animals can actually naturally see UV light, so if they had to put on sunscreen, I'm sure they'd never miss a spot. Sadly, for us humans, it's invisible, so we have to use a UV camera. Follow me for more cool science stories.
Internet thought it would be funny until it wasn't. It started as a trend, a challenge, a convention that some people believe would go viral for all the right reasons. Thousands of comments, millions of views, endless reaction. But then something unexpected happened. People started regretting it, video began disappearing, comment section exploded, reaction channel jumped into the conversation, and suddenly Black folks' reactions started taking over social media. What was supposed to be entertainment quickly became one of the most talked about discussion online. Why were so many people reacting? Why were some participants suddenly changing their minds? And why are reaction clips spreading faster than the original video themselves? Some viewers say the trend refueled uncomfortable conversation about identity, culture, and perception. Others believe it simply showed how quickly social media can turn when people underestimate the public response. But trust me, you absolutely need to stay until the end of this video because the reaction clip we are about to watch are unbelievable. Some are hilarious, some are brutally honest, and some perfectly explain why this story is completely taking over social media. Because this isn't just about white folks, it isn't just about black sun trend, and it isn't just about people regretting something online. It's about reaction, it's about accountability, and it's about what happens when the internet decides to respond all at once.
Black skin has naturally excellent protection from the sun. White skin needs the extra help of a sunscreen like UV. Better to be safe than sorry.
Nobody hates white skin quite as much as white people. As you can probably see, I am not a very melanated person. My melanin comes in the form of freckles. All my life, especially when I was younger, when my skin was fresh and new and not so sun damaged, I was ripped for the colour of my skin, for my complexion. Only ever by other white people. I have been told, get some fake tan on there, girl. Get to the sunbeds. Take some melanin injections to help you tan better. And when a little bit of sunshine comes to the UK, what do we see immediately? Men with their top off, no SPF, drenching themselves in tanning oil. The stench of stale biscuits fills the air because the girlies are layering on their St. Moriz fake tan. And the sunbed shops are fully booked with people frying their skin just in an attempt to be a bit darker. The funniest part is I live in the UK, the same UK that complains about the rise of multiculturalism, the same UK where people talk about protecting British values. Mate, you can't even protect your own skin. Why are you caring about someone else's? I don't spend a lot of time trying to understand racists, because I never will. I'm a good person, but I can only assume that a lot of it boils down to envy. The irony of white supremacists purposely trying to make their skin darker will never not be funny to me.
Three differences between black and white skin. Number one, of course, the most obvious difference is the colour. Black skin is more brown due to the pigment called melanin. Actually, the number of melanin producing cells called melanocytes are the same in both black and white skin, but in black skin, the melanin storage cells called melanosomes are bigger and more spread out. Number two, the outer layer of skin called the stratum corneum has less ceramides in black skin. Actually, black people are more likely to complain of dry skin because they lose more water from the skin. Number three, the inner layer of skin called the dermis has more collagen and elastin in black skin than you see in white skin, and that's why we don't see the signs of aging as early. So when we say black don't crack, there's actually science behind it.
I'm sure you've heard the sayings, blacks don't crack and Asians don't raisin. But is there science behind that? Hi, my name is Lizzie. I used to work at a Korean skin clinic and learned all about how melanated skin works so that you don't have to. Both black and Asian skin naturally have more melanin. Melanin acts as natural protection against ultraviolet or UV exposure, which accounts for 80% of visible aging in lighter skin tones. That means we often show wrinkles later, and we tend to age more slowly in terms of fine lines. But, and this is important, melanin is a blessing, but it is also a responsibility. While we may wrinkle less, we are more prone to pigmentation issues. That includes hyperpigmentation, dark spots, and hypopigmentation, or light patches. So aging for us doesn't always look like wrinkles first. It can look like uneven tone, stubborn dark marks, or uneven pigment over time. In the next video, I'm going to start breaking down what melanated skin needs in terms of skincare ingredients. Stay tuned for more.
A study found that black women's skin typically ages about 10 years slower than white women's skin. Here's why. Human skin has three layers: the epidermis, the dermis, and the hypodermis. Melanocytes in the epidermis produce melanin, a natural skin pigment. Melanin blocks UV rays, which can accelerate the aging process. Black men and women produce more melanin in their skin, which results in darker pigments. The more melanin in your skin, the more protection you have against the harmful effects of sun exposure. Too much exposure to UV rays can cause skin to age quicker, resulting in wrinkles and sunspots. Since white women produce less melanin, they can show signs of aging faster. This doesn't mean that black women won't experience skin aging. It just happens at a slower rate.
Melanin is a molecule, and the concept of melanin is it is black in its nature, and we find it in the cosmos, we find it in the heavens, we find it in water, we find it in land, we find it in everything that exists.
People who have higher melanin, let's say Africans or Indians also to some extent, South Americans, would they be more closer to the divine or have that divine connect?
Yeah. So melanin on the physical plane, sure, they taught us that it helps with pigment and skin pigment and things like that. But on a spiritual plane, it can hold light. It can hold light. So the more melanin you have, the more light you can hold and the more power you have. And so that's why a lot of these indigenous nations, okay, in Africa, all over the world, really, in Native America, right, and all over the world, these indigenous cultures have been systematically on purpose persecuted. Not only through the melanin and their ability to hold light, they were guardians of certain lands. It's what's underneath the land. So a lot of people think like, oh, the war for Iraq is for oil, but it's not just for oil. That's what they tell you on the news. Underneath the earth, there's very important portals, and whoever controls these portals controls the energy that flows in and out of Mother Earth. Some people call them stargates. So these indigenous were protectors, and they had melanin, they were able to hold the light, and they had specific codes which were protectors of certain lands. But that's why, if you want to say Columbus and all these other, the history books will tell you one thing, but no, they were really coming to like take the land of the indigenous and to take the protectors of the land out of the land.
She most likely has something called tinea versicolor, which is actually a yeast infection of the skin. It's caused by a yeast called Malassezia, which actually produces azelaic acid, which inhibits melanin production. So that's why you get the light spots. Typically, they're called sunspots. That's what we called it growing up, not really realizing that it was a yeast that causes it. It's because when you get in the sun, your unaffected skin will tan, but the skin affected from the yeast will not. So it makes you think it's actually something related to the sun. It's typically treated with a topical antifungal like ketoconazole shampoo that's actually used as a body wash. It also comes as a cream. Some cases I've seen that are really severe, we have to do oral antifungals like fluconazole. I saw in the comments of that video some people mentioning eczema. In some cases, you actually can have eczema that the inflammation will affect the production of pigment, so it can look the same as well. But by and far, when I see a presentation like that, I'm thinking tinea versicolor.
All right, so I received this message on one of my stories, and the question is basically asking, is melanin exclusive to my black and brown folk? And the short answer is nah. It's actually produced by every human walking on the earth with the exception of albinos. And it's not even exclusive to humans. It's the most common pigment in most vertebrate animals, including fish and reptiles. Shit, to take it even further, every human walking on the face of the earth has the same amount of melanin-producing cells called melanocytes. The only difference in variation of skin color is the amount of dark pigment produced in relation to the amount of light pigment in human skin. All right, so if you're still following me, there's actually 3 types of melanin produced in the human body. You have eumelanin, which is dark black and brown pigments, and then you have pheomelanin, which is lighter pigments found in lips and around the nipples and things like that, that produce yellow and reddish tones. And the only difference again is the amount of dark melanin produced in relation to the amount of lighter melanin. So all right, to wrap this shit up, no, melanin is not exclusive to black people. And next time you see your friends who say you can't say that you have melanin, say, yes, bitch, I do. And that's the end of the conversation.
So I'm currently in Turkey with my girlfriend, and a couple of days ago we got back from Isle of Wight Fest, and it was sick, but something happened to her that I want to create a video about. She got sun poisoning and her whole face swelled up, and doctors and nurses haven't heard of this before, and it's something that's creeping up and only a handful of people have got. So I wanted to create some sort of video to show you what could happen if you do not wear SPF and you do not put sun cream on. She was literally in the sun for about 15 to 20 minutes, smack bang in the middle of the sun, and it's all to do with the rays and different kind of rays, and your body can react to it and make your face swell up. It's horrendous. Let me show you some pictures. So this was it in the morning. As you can see, there's some swelling on her nose and her forehead. It was like a squishy sack. It was fucking rank. And we kept poking it and it was like, what the fuck is that? But throughout the day, it just got worse. This is it, an hour later, you can see her eyes started to swell and her nose has got really red. And the sack just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And we was like, what the fuck? We then got told by the person who hired us to perform that we need to go to medical tent, to the medical tent, and we went, and it just got worse. She kept getting redder and redder. Her ears were swollen, her forehead was getting bigger and bigger, and it was protruding. It was just horrendous. This was in a matter of minutes. The eyes started closing, forehead hench. She now looks like an avatar. Her nose was swelling. This was on the drive home. We had to leave earlier to catch the ferry, but this is literally within how many hours, like 2 or 3 hours, it was just getting worse and worse and worse on one side of her face, and this was all caused by the sun. Bruh, I woke up to this message from her saying, look at my face. This is her in A&E the morning after. It just kept getting worse and worse and worse, and she took an antihistamine, and the next photo, disgusting. This was in a matter of how many days? 2 or 3 days, Hayley? Bruh. Has anyone seen that picture of Bear Grylls when he got stung by a wasp or a bee, and he just looks like that? He looks like that. Please, 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 please wear SPF. Please wear SPF. Please wear sun cream. You do not want to look like this. And she's really lucky because now she's on steroids. She's on a fuckload of antibiotics. But if she left it for any longer, she would have been absolutely fucked. She's just told me to add in as well that it kept going down and up, down and up. So if you do notice that you've got swelling on your head or your eyes and you think, oh, it's going to go down in the morning, just go to the GP, go to the doctors and get it checked out, because it's fucking fatal. You do not want to look like this, and you don't want it to turn into anaphylaxis or whatever that other fucking thing is called, where your throat closes up. Brr. She's just come over and got pissed off. She wanted me to show you what she actually looks like before. This is her face before painting. But afterwards, nah. Just please, please, please wear SPF.
Social media trend often begin with excitement, a new challenge appeared, people participate, and millions of users join the conversation. But sometimes a trend creates reaction nobody expected. That's why discussion surrounding the so-called Black Sun trend have generated so much attention online. Videos, reaction channels, podcasts, and comment section have all become part of the conversation. Some people feel the trend as harmless entertainment, others believe it's raised larger questions about culture, identity, and how certain topics are discussed online. What truly changed the conversation, however, was the response. Black folks' reaction quickly began spreading across social media. Many reaction creators offered their opinions, shared personal experiences, and discussed why certain aspects of the trend resonate so strongly with viewers. Reaction videos themselves became part of the story. People were not simply watching the original content anymore, they were watching the reaction, the discussion, and the debates that followed. That's one reason these stories often go far beyond the original trend. The internet doesn't simply consume content anymore, it responds to it. As you watch the reaction clip throughout this video, pay attention to the different viewpoints being shared. Some people find humor in the situation, others see larger social question, and perhaps that's why the conversation continues growing. The reaction themselves have become just and as important as the original trend.
Did you have fun at the fair?
This might be the worst burn I've ever had in my life. Happy Memorial Day.
Because I fell asleep today in the sun for 2 hours, and at this point I'm afraid I have sun poisoning. So
when you go to a mermaid pool party wearing fishnets and forget to put sunscreen on, and you turn into a mermaid.
I was very thorough. I used the pump 50 SPF, and I went just like this. Okay, and then I went all the way around.
Okay, what about the lower part?
I also went like this.
What about the lower part of your back?
I don't know if I did this or not. I might have went like this.
Show me how you applied your sunscreen.
See, I had to get my shoulders
Mm-hmm.
really good. I got my ears, my face. See, I'm good, right? My neck's messed up and I can't really get
Just turn around and show me how you applied it.
It's so bad. Like, I tried. For some reason, I can't get my arm over on
God
that side.
bless it.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Stand up.
Dog, I don't think aloe vera's working at this point, man.
I
This
know.
shit's fucking... It's steaming, dude! It's fucking steaming!
People see you putting olive oil on when you're sunbathing at the beach, like, bro, you're gonna burn, what are you doing? I'm like, olive oil is so effective that you literally cannot even tan. I've been testing it for years. Going in the blistering sun, like here in Africa, the sun is very strong, and you never burn. If you have the olive oil. Yeah, I would not recommend personally using any kind of chemical products to do that.
You will not bloody believe this. For some totally unexplainable reason, I appear to have mild sunburn on this precise spot on my stomach, but weirdly, nowhere else on my stomach. I just cannot think of why that would be. We will just have to chalk it up to one of life's many mysteries. Even though I abandoned this experiment after not very much time, imagine if I had done this for days, weeks, months, or years. It is hopefully quite strong evidence why you need to be very careful listening to uneducated people talking to you about sunscreen on social media.
When your boyfriend asks you to peel off the sunburn before reading that it really isn't good to peel off the sunburn. Ooh. Should you peel off your sunburn? Good question. Let's break it down. Okay, when you get a sunburn, UV radiation damages the DNA in your skin cells so badly that your body triggers them to peel off and die. Well, that makes way for new healthy skin underneath, right? But if you pick, scrub, and peel it off, you irritate the new skin. You slow down the healing process and big time increase your risk for infection. So your discharge instructions: don't pull off the peeling skin. Instead, take a cool shower, use soy or aloe-based moisturizers, and drink extra water. The peeling skin will eventually fall off when it's ready.
I think you finally figured out how to put your sunblock on.
Oh yeah, I don't want to get burnt. Better be caked up than now when you're doing a marathon sesh.
You got a lot of sunblock on.
It's called Ghost.
Ghost ammo.
Best sunblock ever. All natural.
This is for educational purposes only. So the question on the screen is, sunscreen has melanin compound for real? Wow. My question is to you as a viewer, if sunscreen didn't have any melanin, synthetic one if you will, how is it able to protect those that don't have neuromelanin? That's my question. So think about that. So here on your screen, you've got the visible light and the UV light. So the way you can't see under the naked eye. So I just want you to see what actually goes on that you can't see. Keep watching.
This is amazing.
By the way, I don't have any filter on. I do not have any filter on, okay? No filters on my face.
No ways. Look at that. Wow. Oh my God, girl. This is just. No, that's unbelievable. This is. Yo.
Yeah.
I saw the. And then, that's I don't even have.
Yeah, that's a good five.
So, just wondering how this might have happened.
Here I am. The fucking stars in my eyes.
So I'm out sunbathing in the garden yesterday, and I forgot to take my face mask off.
Mate, I look like that fucking ice cream, that Neapolitan shit. Chocolate, strawberry, vanilla.
Snake. I'm a snake. I'm a snake. I'm a snake. I'm a slithery little snake.
Mom, can I have a sunscreen?
At the end of the day, Internet has changed how conversation happen. A single trend can become a global discussion. A single video can create thousands of reactions, and sometimes the audience completely change the direction of the conversation. That's exactly what makes stories like this so fascinating. What began as one online trend quickly became something much bigger. People started discussing identity, perception, social media culture, and the power of public reaction. The phrase Black folks' reaction are taking over reflects something we have seen repeatedly online. Viewers aren't passive anymore. They respond, they analyze, they debate, and sometimes the reaction becomes more popular than the original content itself. Whether people feel the trend positively, negatively, or simply as entertainment, one thing is clear. The conversation continues because people care enough to participate. Perhaps that's one of the most powerful things about modern social media. Everyone has a voice, everyone can react, and everyone can contribute to the discussion. Before I continue, I want to take a moment to thank every single one of you watching this channel right now. Seriously, I really appreciate you. Whether you have been here since day one or this is your first video, your support means more than word can describe. Every like, every share, every comment, every reaction, and every conversation help this community continue to growing stronger every single day. I truly appreciate every one of you for spending your time here and being part of this discussion. Now I want to hear from you. Our reaction video becomes more interesting than the original content itself. Why do you think some social media trend creates such strong public reaction? Drop your thoughts in the comment below because I genuinely want to hear your perspective. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on all post notifications so you never miss an upload. Watch every reaction clip included in this video, share the video with your friends and family, join the conversation below, and help us continue building one of the strongest community on YouTube. Thank you for watching, thank you for your support, and I will see you all in my next video.